Hey guys, so we just finished 6 months on the road traveling and we had a blast. So a lot of people think that traveling is super expensive, which depending on how you do it, it can be. We're going to tell you guys how much it costs us to be on the road for 6 months with a camper.
So we're going to break this down to a couple different increments to show you different categories of like diesel versus clothing expenses versus
Food,
food,
etc.
anything like that. So we'll start with Sarah and we'll just bounce back and forth.
Alright, so one of our biggest expenses was food. So we do go to Walmart and pretty much stock up. So what we spent in food was $2,476.03.
So with that, we try to stock up every couple weeks. Like Sarah said, wherever we could go to a Walmart, that's what we mainly do. But when we're off the beaten path, we would try and go somewhere else, like a local grocery store, since we obviously need to eat. But for food expenses, we usually just stuck with the same routine of meals. And then the next thing we've got is diesel. So diesel, we spent $4,590.50, and so that was our biggest expense of the whole trip. So with diesel, we get about 12 miles per gallon or so with our 1-ton truck and the camper, and that's with all the gear in it too. As we started traveling, gas prices were less. We were paying around $2 a gallon or a little less, and by the end of the trip, we were up to around $3.50. So the diesel price did go up a little bit, but that price of $4,590, that's over 17,000 miles of driving. So we did a lot of travel.
Yeah, so your expenses for fuel can be either more or less depending on how much traveling or driving, I should say, that you guys are going to be doing. So our next expense is park fees, such as national parks and stuff like that, and then camping also. So a lot of national parks, you can't do boondocking, so we do pay for those. It's just more convenient that way. So we spent $241.90 in park fees and camping.
And we mainly went to Big Bend National Park, which for that area, if you want to do boondocking, you have to go quite a ways out of the park. So we decided that for the sake of gas, we might as well pay the park fee. And then Yosemite as well. There's not a whole lot of boondocking right near Yosemite. Plus, being photographers, we're always up early to catch the sunrise, so we wanted to be right in the park. So we paid for both of those sites and then a handful of other sites across the country.
And then for park fees, we did buy an annual pass for a lot of the national parks. And that's $80. That gets you in for a year. For us, that's just a better approach because that way we don't have to keep paying different fees.
We did so many parks.
Yeah, it saves us money that way.
Yeah.
And then there's just some other parks that we went to. State parks and stuff is usually $5. So that's just so you guys can get an idea.
So the next category that we've got is miscellaneous. So this is things like propane, DEF for the truck, which is DEF fluid, since it's a diesel, laundry, and mail. So for our miscellaneous category, we have $306.31. So we tried to conserve propane a little bit when it was super cold. Obviously, if it was getting down in the 20s, we'd always be running the heat, but we would only set it at 50 degrees, so we didn't burn through propane as fast. And then with our DEF fluid, we just had to get that whenever the truck started getting low on DEF. Laundry, we could go quite a long time without doing laundry, so we probably didn't spend more than $10 to $15 in doing laundry.
Yeah, we did bring a lot of extra clothes for that. We also had some friends that we stayed at, so they were nice enough to let us do laundry there, so that really helped with that cost.
And then there's mail and packages. So we did have a few things sent to us at UPS stores. So you can pay a fee of like $5 and pick things up at UPS stores if you want to have anything ordered from Amazon or anything shipped to you from home.
Next expense is camper insurance. So for that we spent $294.35 for 6 months.
And then for truck insurance we spent $688.88. And then our last expense we had to with the truck was truck maintenance. So that's just doing oil changes, fuel filter changes. We did go to the Ram dealer just so they can scan everything, make sure everything's all good to go. So the total for that over the whole trip was $517.90.
And then our last expense was phone and internet. So we both use mobile hotspot off our phones. We both have different plans, so we spent $540 for that.
And our plans are through Verizon, so if you have AT&T or T-Mobile, your prices could be a little bit different. So once we add all of that up, the total, if we take out your daily expenses, so like such as insurance, truck maintenance, phones, because honestly with the trip, you're gonna have that whether you're traveling or not. So if you take that out, the total is $7,614.74. And then if you wanna add in all the factors for full timing and show what it's like with insurance, phone bill, and maintenance, the grand total is $9,473.77. So it's a little over $1,500 a month. We did also get $160 off of our fuel through our app called Get Upside. So the Get Upside app, you can just check in at stations, get up to 50 cents off per gallon, and we use that quite a bit on the road. Some states have it, some states don't, so it all depends on where you're traveling at. Otherwise, we use Gas Buddy as well if it wasn't available in the state that we were traveling in.
So thanks for watching. We hope this helped you guys out. Just leave any comments, questions, anything in the comments. Don't forget to hit subscribe, and thanks for watching.
We'll see you guys on our next adventure coming up at the end of the year, and we can't wait to tell you more info about that.